Hello, friends. Welcome to another Stamp With Me Tuesday. Tonight, we're going to make a quick and easy fun fold card that I think you're absolutely going to love. I'm calling it a diagonal trifold card using pattern paper. I have no idea what it is called. Now, I know that it might look like I am live tonight, but I am actually out of town. I'm down in Raleigh, North Carolina, getting ready for Stampin' Up's big on-stage convention that starts in just a couple days. And I get to hang out with, a couple thousand of my Stampin' besties this weekend. So it should be lots and lots of fun. But I didn't want to miss out on sharing a fun fold with you this month. So that is what we're going to do here tonight. If you are here and joining me live, welcome. I'm so glad that you could be here, even if I'm not live. Leave me a comment and let me know if you are stamping along with me. And of course, a special welcome to my replay warriors as well. I love that y'all come later and watch the replay. So if you're here doing that, let me know if you are stamping along with the replay or whether you are going to try it out afterwards. So all of the dimensions for tonight's card are in the description to the video. I'm also going to be sending them out via email on Wednesday. They actually have a project sheet, or you can pop over to my website and get them there. So lots of different ways to get all the measurements to this fabulous card design. I'm going to go ahead and make my space look a little bit bigger, although I forgot to introduce myself. If you are new here, welcome. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping. I'm going to help you reconnect with your inner artist by using stamps, ink, and paper to create beautiful handmade cards and gifts, just like this one. So without further ado, we're going to make my workspace look a little bit bigger so that we can jump right into this project. I'm using the brand new Textured Notes stamp set. This is so cool. It's just so elegant looking. This is one of the March online exclusives that just came out last week. And then part of the suite actually has one stamp set and dies and 2 sets of designer series paper. So a little bit different. But this designer series paper is called the Botanical Textures, I think. Pretty sure that's it. And it is all black and white. So one side is all of these leafy backgrounds of different scales, right? And then when you flip it over, you get black, not really precise patterns, which I like a nice precise pattern. But these are really fun too. Just a lot of different, I don't know, I like that one. It almost looks like cloudy or muddy or something. And then this, I don't know. It's like looking up into the treetops or something. And another one that's just like paint splattery, a loose stripe. And again, more of a darker, almost like not really a wood texture, but like a loose brushing texture or something on there. So really, really pretty paper. That's what I'm using. Let me get out the different pieces of paper that I have. Let's go over these. So, and like I said, the dimensions are in the description to the video. And if you're on my email list, you will get the free project sheet for this as well with all of these dimensions in it that you can print off and save. So I have 3 pieces of white. These are 2.5 by 3 3/4. And to go with those, I have 3 pieces of basic black. These are 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. I have 2 of the same pattern paper, and this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inches. I have one kind of big pattern paper. This is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. One big piece of cardstock. This is 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. And then I have this piece of pattern paper, and this is 3 1/2 inches by 8 1/2 inches. This is what we are going to start with tonight because we need to do a little bit of scoring. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and the paper trimmer has 2 blades. The dark gray blade is the cutting blade. I'm going to set that one aside. And then the light gray blade is the scoring blade, and that's the one I'm going to use tonight. I'm going to slide this in on the right side to the 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to give it a good little score. Now, you don't want to push too hard because with the pattern paper, it is fairly lightweight, and so you can tear your pattern paper if you push too hard. I'm going to move that down, and I'm actually going to come down here to 4 inches, and we will just score this again at 4 inches. So now you could do it the other way. You could score it at 4 inches and 8 inches. I just find it easier not to open up the big arm. And so I scored it at 4 here, and then I went on the other side at 1/2. All right. Now, this is when you want to make some decisions, some decision-making time, because this is going to, oh, we have to do one more thing. I almost forgot. I'm so sorry. Oh, actually, I want to decide this first. So we want to know which paper do we want to show on the front. So this is our little half here. It's going to fold kind of like this. And then this will come here and it's going to fold. And we're going to do all this folding again later. But right now I just want to decide, what do I want in the front and what do I want to show behind it? Which do I want to show more? If I do it this way, I'm only going to get a little bit of this, this leafy pattern, and I'm going to get a lot of the dark black. I actually want it to go the other way. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open this up and just fold it the other way. That's why I wasn't making really big folds. So I'm folding it this way and then that way. And now I can see I'm going to get a lot more of this leafy pattern on it. So that's the direction I want to do it. So now I will open this back up and we want to cut. I'm going to have it showing forward, right? I can see the pattern I really want to see. And I'm going to line up this score mark down here at that 1/2 inch. It is lined up in the cutting track right there. And then I'm going to swing this out. It really doesn't matter where you go. I've gone to about 1 1/4 inches, but it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. There's no measurement that is dependent on this. What we want to do though is we just want to cut a triangle off. All right. And if you cut all the way to here, that's not going to matter. But I cut just to that score line. And then when we fold it, it's going to look like that. So we get a little bit of both. Now that I've cut that and I have it all ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and grab my bone folder, and now I'll give it a good, squish to really get those fold lines in there. So they're nice and crisp, right? All right. So there is that piece. This is major important piece. All right. Then we have my piece of basic black. This is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece, and it is going to be the back of my card. On top of this is going to be the piece of pattern paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to adhere this to the bottom. So the front of my card is going to look like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. We'll get that out of the way for just a second. And I'm going to put some adhesive right on this 1/2 inch flap. All right. So I'm just using my green glue. You can use seal if you want to. I'm just going to put that right on the flap, and I want to line up the bottoms of these pieces of pattern paper. Okay, so that's going to line up right across the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and close that. Just kind of make sure. This is why I like the green glue, because I can kind of let's smush this in a little bit further. Let's see if we can get it to go over. So this comes all the way over to the side a little bit better. But there we go. There's our piece. Now this gets adhered to our big piece of black. So we'll just take some more green glue or Stampin' Seal if you prefer. And I'm just going to put that on the back. Make sure we get that little flap too. And this gets adhered to our piece of cardstock, whatever colored cardstock you are using. There we go. And that's the base of my card. Now is when we start decorating it. Isn't that cool? I love that. All right. So we need to do a little bit of stamping before we start putting this together anymore. So if you want to do some stamping, now is the time to do the stamping. I will show you where these pieces are going to go though, so you know maybe what you want to stamp. We are going to have a white on the front. All right. And then inside, we're going to have another white here. So I like to definitely stamp those two. And then there's going to be a white in the back. And that one I'm going to leave blank, but you can definitely stamp it if you want to. But I want to stamp these two. That's my goal. So let me grab some scrap paper. It's mostly clean. It's just scrap paper. And I'm going to start by stamping the front. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I do know that I want to, at some place, put this thank you on here because I am making a thank you card. And I think I want to use this big leaf, maybe. So I'm just kind of laying this out seeing what I want to do. Maybe we'll put this, I don't know, maybe this one. No, I want this big one. I'll put this down here. And we'll put the thank you up here. All right. I'm going to start by stamping the thank you. So just kind of like laying things out. I do that a lot. And I lay the blocks on top of each other. I'm going to use my StazOn ink pad tonight. I'm not going to do any coloring with this. I'm planning to make a black and white card, but I might actually grab some gray. So I'm not going to do any coloring, and the StazOn gives a super nice dark black. So that's why I grabbed my StazOn ink. So I'm going to start by inking up my thank you. Now the black pads are, they're a felt pad instead of a foam pad. So you do have to press a little bit harder. All right, we're going to just ink that up right on top. Nice. And then I think I'm going to add this all the way in black too. And we'll come back in and maybe add some gray things. So I inked up that stamp with a bunch of black. I'm just going to stamp it. Oh, it's pretty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, let me see. Did you know on the back of your pattern paper, it does tell you what colors are in it. And this says basic black. So it doesn't have another gray. So I'm on my own to pick a gray. I was hoping it was going to say like smoky slate or something. I think that's what I'm going to go with though. I'm going to grab my smoky slate. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we'll just grab another piece of cardstock. I'm going to add, let's see. I'm just going to add this down here. Actually, maybe we'll stamp it off. I don't really know what I'm doing. Kind of wish I'd stamped off that first time though. There we go. All right. All right, so I just added a little bit extra stamping on there. I don't know, it's something. Now we're going to come in, we're going to do this one. And this one, I'm going to stamp the second sentiment that says a little note of appreciation. And I think I'm going to start by stamping this kind of like basket bottom piece on here. And again, I'm just inking this up with some smoky slate and I'm stamping it off on scrap paper first. I don't know what I'm doing. I have not pre-made this card. So I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am definitely making this up as I go. We'll stamp the sentiment at the top here. So a little note of appreciation. This is so elegant looking though. So there's that. And then I'm going to use this other leaf. I'm going to stamp it on here. And I think I'm going to maybe stamp it again. I'm going to stamp it one more time. This might be too much. I'm going to stamp off though first. I don't know if I like that. Should we try the other side? Let's try again on the other side. Let's see if we can make a better collage look. That's maybe better. Now let's come in with my sentiment at the top. So I forget to talk. Yeah, I get really like into what I'm doing and I forget to tell you what I'm doing. All right, so I've just stamped those with the StazOn. I'm going to come back in with my smoky slate. We'll ink up this basket thing again. And I'm just going to stamp it on there. I kind of liked the way that was before, so meh, we'll see. I don't know. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm not sure I'm 100% liking it, but I'm going to stop. All right. So now, push all my stamps aside. Let's assemble our pieces. It's assembly time. So I'm going to adhere each of these pieces of white to a piece of basic black. Now, this suite of products has some really, really cool dies. I'm going to show them to you. They don't cut out any of the greenery, okay? They just make these really cool rectangles with all of these patterns, different patterns on the outside. I'm not using them with this card because I wanted to make a card using the basic dimensions that I gave you. But one of the other cards that I have to show you tonight does use those dies to cut out all of the layers and things. So you get to see them in action. All right, there's our little note of appreciation. And we'll do the thank you. Just adhere that. Each one of these on here. And I'm just going to do the one that is white that I just left white. I'm going to grab that one too. Can't go wrong with black and white, really. It's just so classic and basic. All right. So there's those three pieces. Now, we're going to start adhering these to our card base. So I'm going to pull back out my card base. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this plain white one to the back. So this is just going on the inside, right in the center. Oh, that looks so pretty. It just looks so pretty. It's just so nicely framed. All right. And then these are going to, one of these is going to go on the inside. So this is the other piece of pattern paper I have. And I want to adhere this so it is like that. Okay. And we'll close that and it's going to look like that. So I'm just going to adhere this at the bottom. Just put some down here. And then I'm going to center this over like the back. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and open my card back up. Now here, this is where the second piece is going to go because I actually just want to cover that up and have them like match. Okay. I wanted to have the same pattern on both sides. That's why I did two of them. Sometimes it's just like you get too many patterns. There's just too much going on. And plus I wanted it to come all the way down on the inside too. So I just flipping this back to the front, making sure those are lined up both directions. Again, this is why I like the green glue because I can slide it around a little bit if needed. But there we go. Now on the inside, I'm going to adhere the little note of appreciation. This is going to go right in the center here. Oh, so pretty. Just like that. And then we'll close it. And I'm going to put this thank you on the front here. Now, again, I'm only going to adhere it on the bottom. Okay. So we'll just put some adhesive down here. And then we need to put some bling on. We got to put something on. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? So cool. So then it opens. Look at that. You get this trifold card. Really cool. It's not quite dry. We got to let it dry. You start like moving it around when it's not even dry yet. It doesn't take long to dry, but I get anxious. All right, let me grab. Where are they? These are the natural matte dots, and these are what come as part of the suite, and they're perfect. And I love the black ones, so I'm going to use the black ones for this because we're going black and white, right? Let me find my Take Your Pick tool. We'll grab the Take Your Pick tool, and I'm just gonna try to think about what I'm doing here. There. And we'll come up here. And then maybe another small one right there. There we go. So there we go. 3 little gems on there. And that is our pretty trifold card. Isn't that cool? I just love it. And it's so easy to do. All right, let me show you the other ones that I have. Now this one, it's so pretty. This is another stamp set that just came out in the March online exclusives. And of course, I don't remember the name of it. So let me see. Can I locate it on my shelf really quickly? Of course not. Of course I can't. Oh, I think it's like something. Oh, there it is. You Are Remarkable. So this is the You Are Remarkable stamp set. And it is a 2-step stamp set, which means you get one stamp that's the outline, and then you get separate stamps for the petals and the inside and the greenery. So you can easily stamp them different colors, which I love. All right. So, and I used the Floral Delight pattern paper. This went with the Delightful Wishes stamp set, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty and yellow. And then we did pecan pie with it. And there it is opened up. So all of the sentiments in this stamp set kind of have this long lip to them. It's so pretty. So there we go. There's card number 2. I actually have 2 more cards to show you after this. All right. I wanted to try to do it with circles. So I used the Stylish Shapes dies and cut out short circles. And I used the Everyday You and Me stamp set. So that has these really bold flowers in it. The sentiment, I used a lot of different stamps on this. The sentiment is from the Tags to Go sentiment stamp set. So it says far away, but close at heart. And this stamp set we're using for the Going Places mystery craft box. So definitely get in on that. And then back here, look, I stamped the circle of Lost Lagoon as well. And this one I stamped with the Elements of Text stamp set. So we got lots of stamp sets in this. And we open it up and we have some more flowers. So really fun. And I did this back a little bit bigger so it would show on the front too. So just kind of a little bit different. And we have the circles instead of squares. And then I use the Darling Dinos. And the Darling Dinos, we're going to use these for the April online card class. And I used the paper that came with the lobster. So the Friends of the Ocean paper. In Peach Pie and Melon Mambo. And it's so pretty. And this is the one that I used those Textured Notes dies on. Can you see the edges? Oh, it's so cool. So there we go. And we pull this out. Hope your birthday is dynamite. And there's some more. Let me see if I can pull that up. You see those edges? They're just so neat. They're all different. And they're very cool. And that's our trifold card with our little dinosaurs on them. They're so cute. They're so cute. I'm just loving them. They're so cute. All right. That's all I got to share tonight. I hope that you like this card. I hope that you will make one as well and come share it with us. I'm going to post a picture on my Facebook page. So I hope you'll come over there and share a picture of what you made. And then I'll be back again on Thursday, kind of. I'm still out of town, but I'll have another video on Thursday. And we're going to continue my intro to card making video series. So this is part 2. And on Thursday, we're going to talk about paper and layering and how to make layers and suggestions for layers and mixing pattern papers and all that kind of good stuff. So I hope you'll join me for that on Thursday. And otherwise, have a fabulous night. I'll see you later.